And I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, the journey of Rusala Katen. Where, just let me make sure the date, make sure everything's getting, yep. Make sure the date, yep. Sounds like the volume isn't too bad, and I didn't mean to. Okay. Last time we made it through the shield maze.
Let us be off.
Managed to discover the truth that Wenduog had been a cannibal and had been recruiting other mongrels to serve the demon she served. But we sent her on her way, and now we're on our one step closer to the surface. We've accessed the sewers of Canabras, apparently.
Follow me.
And this will lead us further upstairs. So, let's go up and see. Will-o'-the-wisps. Oy. Annoying enemies. Anyway.
While the survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabras are trying to defend the wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
Indeed. The fresh air, surface, finally. I miss the fresh air so much. Yep. As ever, loot everything that isn't nailed down. You'll need it. I can hear the sounds of battle from above, out of the fire pan, into the fire. Yep. Just try and get what you can. Alright. And actually following us is both Anivia and Horgus. Here we go. Yeah, there's definitely fighting going on. Divine weapon. Boy, that's some brutal fighting. The half-orc before you, wearing armor adorned with Iomedes' golden swords, is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't got much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots Anivia. Aww.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without him, we'd never have made it out. Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabras. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anivia out of there.
Where are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
Oh boy. We met some mongrels who live beneath Canabras. This is Lan.
Most people in Canabras think that the children of the first Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, But the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
Yeah. And what is the What's the situation in the city? How bad is it?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Don't talk like that. Canabres hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canopus.
What's the target of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Ward Stone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Ward Stone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabris will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world.
Okay, yeah. The Ward Stones are just the magical relics keeping the world wound from expanding and consuming the whole planet, allowing the demons to expand out and violate the entire planet.
I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
How did the Ward Stone end up in the Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabris, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Ward Stone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost. Yet. Dascari has gone, but the Ward Stone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The Ward Stone should have burned his filthy hide!
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Well, let's not waste any time. To battle!
That's the spirit. You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest of you with me.
You hear labored breathing interspersed with gruntled muttering. Horgus is holding up his rapier hilt in a white-knuckled grip. A bead of sweat trickles down his temple.
Lord Horgus Gwyrm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canopus can be said to be safe right now.
Alright. So, they're going to be taken out. And now...
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
Smile and march to hell like the soldier you are, Lon.
For Iomedae! For the Queen! Kill the beast!
Follow me.
We'll just pick up all the goodies the demons left behind, which ain't much. Alright, boys and girls. Now, I was gonna say, you can just let the end... No, this is one of the times I'm going to actually take it out of turn-based combat. The reason being...
Adventures await.
With this group leading the way...
Save the last one for me.
I tire of waiting.
Yep, lots of goodies.
Break against our resolve.
These guys are, how does I say, by and large, we're in a pretty good position where we can allow them to do most of the good work, the heavier work. 85% chance. I don't think there's much here. Nope. Oh, we got it. That is Potion of Inflict Light Wounds. Good for if you have a character who actually benefits from negative, which is entirely possible. Alright. Oh. Hey, I know you, so you're one of these cultists? How's it going, pal? Want to join? Your lot will all be dead soon, but we'll be alive. I can't. Come on, leave these losers. The Crusades are over. Soon the demons will rule the whole world. Here goes nothing! All hail Baphomet! Cowardly traitor! I swear on the sword of Iomede, you will answer for your traitor! Alright. So, yeah. We have just officially been betrayed. And... okay. Land, yeah. Go to the... actually, go after the Evoker. And Camilla, get up close as well. Okay. Okay. Because basically this battle just goes, you have two sides, and these guys will all be attacking Irabeth's group, and then you have to handle all these guys. Alright. Now, I want Rusalka-10 to get forward so he can start using the Light of the Angels to blind opponents. Okay.
I'm done with you.
Okay, so from here, yeah, we want to use Light of the Angels to blind as much as possible and boost our health. Okay. So then from there, we just let everyone go nuts. Yep. Just take them out one by one. Oh yay, Stinking Cloud, which means our guys... yeah. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah, they're all stunned. So it's up to Lan until they all wake up. Oh no, your best crew cleaned out, so... and Rusala went down, but... there we go. And now Irabeth's crew can clean up the last of it. Nice.
Let us be off.
But yeah. As you can see, real-time battles allow you to get through things much quicker. But you also have less control, I find. Plus, it's a little less dramatic. So I only really use... I use it for when there's a lot of enemies and there's going to be a lot of filler turns. And there's certain siege battles and such that it will come in handy. In the meantime, we'll just be marching our way up.
Follow me.
Battle, let's take back Canopus. To the 3rd floor. We'll do a quick save and make sure not everything goes wrong. And... this place is collapsing. That surely won't be anything important. Just the place falling apart, nothing major. And up on the 3rd floor we find...
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh! What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
Oh.
Mirago. You again, you wench!
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
Asked Staunton, do we know this woman? Hey, demon woman, what's wrong with your face? Out of the way. Yeah. Hey, demon woman, what's wrong with your face?
Oh, how rude. You're one to talk, mortal, with a face that even a mother would loathe. Staunton, sweetie. You're not going to let your friends speak to me like that, are you?
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
And off she goes, leaving us with work to do. Yep. So, in this group, you've got a bunch of cheap cultists, nothing major there, a neophyte wizard, dretches, nothing major there, but our newest demons, Abracandilus. Only 15 AC, usual demon resistances, demon reduction 5, so you gotta hit them, and more importantly, 38 HP. They're pretty rough. And they do have toughness, so... yeah, no, these are your frontline demons. Alright. Yeah. Wow. Yep. Go on. Yep. Basically, just let your people work. Naturally, your main character is going to get beat up pretty much constantly because computer AI is dedicated to killing your character first. So, unfortunately, yeah. Lore religion check, 12 DC. Discari, the demon lord, yep. So we succeeded on that check, yep. And 14 to get us across. And that will bring us up to the 4th floor, where they're working, some cultists are working on the stone, the ward stone. As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with the power from the stone. Suddenly your head is filled with voices, screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening, voices pleading for help, shrieking curses and taunts. You blink, and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious ward stone. Well, what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Sounds terrifying, except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more, and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
What are you doing to the stone exactly?
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
We can succumb to the rage, which is an evil act. And who are you, actually? You feel a sudden rush of wild rage, and when it comes to a feeling of monstrous, unbridled, destructive power. It is like the power you felt in the Shield Mage when you were confronting Savelmech. But now feels more fully fledged, more conscious. Even gritting through our teeth, we ask, and who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories. Even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily II and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
Afterthought. Oh. We have an option. We've managed to restrain our anger, and we've gotten revealed the light of heaven, a good act. Your victory celebrations are a little premature, demon. Echoing the holy flame erupting in your hand, the light also gets brighter and brighter until it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again, stronger now. You repeat your words like a choir of angels.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
Don't listen to her. The Fiend wants us to lose all hope. She won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back. And heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
So, we managed to turn some of the cultists back to our side. That should help make this fight a little more even. So, yeah. In this, you want to mainly clear out the other cultists. Protect yours, and ignore Ming Hao. Minago, do not engage her. Just straight out. Do not bother engaging her. She is...
I'm tired of playing around now.
Oh.
You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
Yeah. She's upset. The demoness whispers a spell and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Your companions wince in pain, but is nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices once again burst into your mind, drowning you in their moans, screams, and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. You won't break us. We will never give up.
We will never give up. We will not break. We will not run.
It would be a shame if you died without ever surrendering. But honestly, I'll be satisfied no matter what way you die.
The roar of voices blends into an unbearable wall of screaming. Your vision goes dark. And the world fades. Till we've awakened.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Wait, what happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
So what's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
That's good. What do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
By the way, while we were coming up, I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
Everything's clear.
Wait. What you did in the Grey Garrison convinced me. You're one of the best warriors left in the city. We need someone with your wits and fighting strength. I know I can't command you, but I'm asking you. Help us fight for Canabras. First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the ward stone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone.
Oh.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened.
So? Alright, so we'll have to talk to Staunton about
There's
it.
another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
The half-orc smiles at you encouragingly.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori. A new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
Alright, everything's clear.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabras still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Alright. And we now have access to the game proper. Alright. Hey, wait, mind if I bend your ear about something? Inevi is outside your door, leaning casually against a shelf. So, here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that, and I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out on the errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern, then? You what? No! Your task is far too important. You can't just hole up here all cozy-like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on the place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pile. Got it? Well, everything seems clear so far. What else did you wish to discuss? So, the rift that damned beetle left with its scythe? Yeah, well, it cut the city in two, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in the market square. Not that any of them tried it to make sure, but if you got a mind to go across, I think you're gonna have to eventually. You might want to give the square a once over. When do you think the demons will attack next? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here, it might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost the upper hand and that we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know, after they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. So if you got any business that needs taken care of, you better do it soon. Well, thanks for the warning. See you later. Later. Watch yourself out there. So yeah. Now, there's several pieces of business to take care of. First, we are leveled up. So what that means is we'll get our third rank in this, and we get some more skills, so the usual 3: athletics, nature, and perception. So we also get another feat. In this case, one of the biggest ones we need is toughness. We need hit points. And that'll push us up. So that'll go from... Yeah, so hang on. So we currently have how many? 22 hit points.
Ready.
22 hit points. Normally we would only get, I believe, 6. So that would put us at 28. However, if we get toughness, that'll push us up to 34. Yeah. We also pick up, let's see, at 3rd level our cars bypass DR for, yeah. Cold Iron, Magic, Silver at 7th level increases to 1d6, yeah. Ignores movement penalties and immune to entangle condition +2 bonus against AC, yep. So, yeah, that'll push us up to 34 HP.
I'll make my own legend.
Indeed. So there, that pushes him up. So yeah. There we go. So that pushes... Yep. And he's not the only one. All of our characters leveled up, so we'll just do the usual... We don't have... I have it set so they'll... Yeah. Like you see, they just get their abilities. I'm leaving the companions on auto level up just because the pre-programmed level ups are all relatively competent. So I don't feel it's really necessary to alter them. You can, absolutely. If you want to make a custom version of Sela, absolutely go ahead. But I think I'm going to be focusing more on my own OCs, or original characters based ones, so I'm not worried about about them. Now the only downside is because we leveled up to 3rd, it's going to be more expensive to recruit characters because the way the game works, every time you upgrade a character, it costs a little. You can only recruit at the same level you are. You can't recruit cheaper. So, because we improved our claws, yeah, so now they're at Yeah. 1d4 plus 4 still. Yep. Alright. Now we can also talk to Camille. Well, let's see. Okay, we're in the tavern, so now this is the conversation part. This is where a lot of the time of the game is learning about the characters and the world around us. A lot of people will find this very boring and will probably turn off my stream. I'm not apologizing for this. I want to get immersed in the world. Staunton Vane. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Grey Garrison. Name's Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me, his face, which just looks like it's never known anything as a carefree smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as Arlu Vorlish, that I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned, that Queen Galfrey should have never spared me, that I belong on the gallows. Arlu Vorlish, few names arouse as much rage among the Crusaders as that of Arlu Vorlish, the Sarkorian witch who initiated the opening of the World Wound, and later its expansion. Almost nothing is known about her life before the atrocity, except that Vorlish was condemned for using arcane magic, which was persecuted in Sarkoris, and imprisoned in the Tower of Threshold near the city of Iz. This is where Arlu Vorlish conducted the ritual that paved the way for demonic invasion and left her land to be tormented by the demon lord Descari. By some mysterious means, the witch transformed herself, changing from an ordinary human into a half-demon. Over the following century, Crusaders encountered Arlu Vorlish, or the results of her experiments a few times, but they learned nothing more of Descari's henchwoman. She holds a high position in the ranks of the Army of the Abyss and bears the title of the Architect of the World Wound. What are the Condemned? The Condemned is a military unit made up of petty criminals conscripted as disposable soldiers and frontline fodder in the Mendevian Crusades. Queen Galfrey is the absolute monarch of the Crusader state of Mendev and leader of the Mendevian Crusades. While today the name of the Crusader Queen is known throughout the Inner Sea region, it's easy to forget that Galfrey did not start her rule of Mendev as a paladin of Ayamede, rather of Eredin. When the World Wound opened and forever changed Mendev, Galfrey was still an untested young ruler who was forced to deal with the death of her god while simultaneously rallying her nation against the abyssal threat to the west. She rose to the challenge, however, and her leadership was instrumental over the next several years, not only in protecting Mendev from demonic invasions, but also in holding the border against the World Wound. When the Church of Ayamede first organized the First Crusade, it joined forces with Mendev to push back the demon armies. During these battles, Galfrey time and time again distinguished herself with a keen grasp of tactics and skill at leadership. But this inspiration went both ways. In the Church of Ayamede, Galfrey found something to replace her lost faith. By the time of the First Crusade ended, with the apparent defeat of the demon armies, Galfrey had converted and become a worshipper of Ayamede, and had completely restrained herself as one of the Inheritor's most devout paladins. Eager to retain such a valuable leader at the head of the Crusades, the Church of Ayamede twice purchased and presented to the Queen the rare and expensive Sun Orchid Elixir, which extends mortal life beyond its usual span. Thanks to this boon, the Queen has lived and led the Crusaders for more than a century. So she's been alive for over 100 years, leading this battle against the demons. Why do they hate you so much, though? You really don't know. Staunton gives you a long, morose look, then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the world wound, instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it, until it fell, and all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so. But the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I've done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. The dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I've fixed nothing, and I've earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? Wouldn't surprise me. So we can say we're good and I hope you earn forgiveness. Lawful, you can keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better, because that's what the Queen ordered you to do. There's honor in that. Chaotic, you were given the chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you've made of your life. Evil, we can just spit in his face. It's not my place to judge you. Who knows what I would have done in your shoes? A sympathetic one. What would Rusala do? He would tell him, I hope you earn forgiveness. Thank you. From the depths of my soul, thank you. I thank you. But I haven't had hope for a long, long time. Anyway, I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The Storyteller. Staunton strokes his beard in thought. A strange old fellow, that one. Used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. But later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he is alive and well. He's completely blind, and feeble too. So if he's alone in this city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library. Here. I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what the use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. I have to go. Go on, then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Indeed. Staunton Vale. An interesting character. A dwarf looking for redemption, though he's not truly believing it can happen. And let's talk to some of our allies. Camellia, for one. Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems the moment that she wants to say something else, but pause grow too long and she slips back into cautious silence. Where did you... Let's go with... Where did you learn to wield a rapier so well? I had good teachers, although they don't get all the credit. I am a most diligent student. Camellia licks her parched lips. You know, you're a bit more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. So you've noticed. To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather, vocal? Your amulet's quite unusual. Yeah, well, tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? Camellia arches a dainty brow. I talk to spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Well, she seems on edge, so I have to go. We'll talk later. I won't keep you. The dawning smile on Camellia's face freezes and quickly dies away. So she's very guarded. Well, we do have some business with Horgisk Worm. Before we do, I'm going to quick save just in case. Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgisk Worm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our further cooperation, Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. Well, Rusala would take it in kind. A job like me, he's a mercenary. He knows what he is. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have a good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabras. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city tried to get inside, one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect the servants fled when they saw demons. Only Abdar knows what happened since then. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. A term we don't know. Abadar, the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth, also called the god of walls and ditches in the Eastern Dragon Empires, is known to be a patient deity. Maintaining a strong neutral stance in his action, he strives to expand civilization and order among the peoples of Galarian. So I assume it would make sense that Gwyrm would be a big follower of him. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they've no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Also, please, do take Camellia with you. I trust the girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. What kind of reward are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. 1,000 gold coins, Horgus replies without hesitation. Yeah, best thing we got is a +8, so we need 15 or better to get it. So we've got about a 25% chance. Do I really care about the extra 1,000? No, not particularly. Because I could just reload and keep doing this. Because every time you go through this, it does a different roll. But no, I think we'll deal. Marvelous, most excellent. Horgus's face relaxes, smoothing a few tense lines. I'll proceed to my mansion at once, and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry, unless you want me to lower your reward. Okay, so he wants us to take Camellia with us as he goes when we go out exploring. Note, unless you rest, time does not pass, so we have plenty of time to talk with everybody. More Crusaders. Anivia. A noble survivor. peasant survivor. And we have Kyoto. I believe that help is on the way. The queen will not leave us. And you are Vasily Rathimus. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Who are you? Vasily Rathimus, rector of the local Temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them and something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed, no surprises. But you'd do better not to go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I'm too old, and my powers are needed here. Alright. So we can buy scrolls from him. So if we need a particular one, like Raise Dead or something, yeah, that is a potential option. Let's see. There's also lands over here by the fire. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beast you've taken into your party. And what do you think of life on the surface? Must be very different from life underground. Of course! As far as living conditions, the surface is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house, and even grow a few things. In older, well-established settlements, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats or maybe foxes stealing the chickens. As for the kind of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one, while others watched. But there were some brave Crusader knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, the desperate blacksmith robbed a traveler one night on the road. But there were some brave Crusader knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered the baby and hanged herself. Up here, the same person can proudly say he's protecting innocent from demons, and then look the other way while some innocent starves just because they were born into a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with the Sun Orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so some get everything and others get nothing. I might just be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. Anyway, look who I'm talking to. You must know life on the surface better than I do. I'd never leave a needy person in trouble. I've given more than most, which means I'm now able to help others. We're in a struggle for our very survival against the abyss. This is no time to upend society for the quest of fairness. Oh yes, I also have a few questions for our feckless aristocracy. Stop whining, I clawed my own way up, and anyone who can't do the same is just lazy or weak. I didn't choose what family I was born into. I just live with what I've got. Yeah, that'd be him. I didn't choose what family I was born into. I just live with what I've got. The world and its laws came long before us, that's true. Well, I'm glad we got a chance to talk about this. Hope you won't hold it against me. I want to protect people from demons, not lecture them. It's just that sometimes I can't help it. Thank you for your answer. So long. We're good there. Like you see, there's plenty of discussions and talk and back and forth you can get into. Sela? I love that's such a little thing. Because we have the light of heaven, Sela bows and kneels and prays when we walk by. Sela smiles at you warmly. Hey there! During that march through the dungeon, we never got a chance to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. You know, I'd like to know more about you, Sela. Of course, ask anything. I'll answer honestly. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit of a Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Iomede. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to the ranks more than I belong to any other place. You've come to Amendev by a long road, haven't you? A very long one, Sela looks at you cheerfully. A traveler is expected to have amusing stories. Unfortunately, I only have 3 tales of interest, and I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it's time to start bragging. And that just won't do, especially since I win the night with my cautionary tale of the battle with chupacabras. What a feast it will be. We'll talk when we celebrate our next victory. I like your attitude. We'll never overcome our grief and misery without hope for better and dreams of brighter days. Alright. Thank you. Irabeth said your friend... By the way, Irabeth said your friend Jenna Odori is missing. Do you know where we should look for her? Irabeth is worried about her fighters. I can understand that, and I wanted to take a look for Janna myself so I didn't distract you. But since you're in this too, I could use some help. Jen and I met in Conabris a few days ago and just hit it off. We went drinking together, we went to that unforgettable celebration too, but we got separated in the crowd, so we should start looking for her from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Sela frowns. Janna's a good fighter, even if she is green. She couldn't have become an Aldori otherwise. I hope that means she's alright. You'd find out more if you played the previous one, Kingmaker. The Aldori are one of the nations one of the neighboring nations that has a reputation as being one of the best duelists, one-to-one fighters. There's literally a fighter subclass called the Aldori, and it's in this particular sword class. So yeah, they're excellent fighters. By the way, is fighting all the demons you want, or are you looking for something more? How about covering myself in glory and becoming the hero of 100 ballasts? Or at least a dozen, if they're lively ones. Sela's eyes shine cheerfully. Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the World Rune is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. Being part of the crusade is reward enough for me, but there's something that worries me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, their war against the World Wound. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things, ordinary misfortunes, you know? I always like being the wandering knight because any moment I could get up and go help poor rat folk whose family has been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favorite dog has gone missing. So here's my answer. I don't have some big important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it. A little bit here and there. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. See you. But yeah, we spoke to Irabeth earlier. A book. Hylor and the Spinner of Nightmares. We'll look at that in Hylor in a little bit. Because Hylor is our recruiter. Gemmel Hawks, one of the main providers, the provisioners here. A strange figure towers over the bar, a huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. What'll it be? Oh, we passed the lore religion check. That medallion you're wearing, that's a sacred symbol, isn't it? Are you a cleric of Cade and Kalen? I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city, the best there's ever been, and I pray to the best god there is. Kalen is one of the more interesting deities that, if I'm not mistaken, it was basically the equivalent of a drunken bet that led to him becoming a god. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, he's just a... Yep. Basically just wanted to establish, yeah. And yes, he's very much like a, Dampier, I believe. That's why he's so pale and sickly looking. Noble survivor, peasant survivor, noble survivor, citizen survivor, Jernog. A young man in a well-worn traveling clothes and simple wooden symbol of Aristil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lies off the battlefield. I'm Jernaw, servant of Aristil. Pleased to meet you. For those curious, Aristil, also known as Old Deadeye and the Stag God, is one of the oldest human gods still worshipped in the Inner Sea region, and is concerned with family, farming, hunting, and trade. During the Age of Creation, Aristil was among the gods who battled Rovagug when he sought to destroy Galarium, and who were eventually able to contain him in the Dead Vault at the planet's core. His religion dates back to before the Age of Darkness, when small farming communities and hunter-gatherers prayed to him for bountiful harvests and successful hunts. Legends claim that it was old Deadeye himself who crafted the first bow and gifted it to humans to overcome the challenges of the world. Even as the accomplishments of civilization mount, Aristil continues to embrace and represent the simpler pleasures life has to offer. What are you doing here? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Are you from around here? No, I was just passing through Conabris. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the great river Selin River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I bargained for. Chili Creek? Where's that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps. But people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial, and the world wound is a stone's throw away. So I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Once we've held Conabris, I'll be going there, if by the grace of the good gods we survive all this. You should come and visit me sometime. You'll find me in the village here on the bank of the river. The place marks Chili Creek on your map. By the way, he's brave enough to go, so... yeah, have to go. May Aristil watch over you. And hidden on the back of this place? Foreign autumn haze. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes. But even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, "I am a foreign autumn haze, at your service." His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no sign of pain or fear in his gray eyes. "Do you need help?" After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. "Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them." "Who wounded you?" "A sinner, an accomplice to the demons. The quarry I am hunting in is a hospitable place." "I am Rusala Katan. You can trust me. I might be able to help you." After a brief pause, Forn says, "It would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer." "Who is your quarry here in Mendev?" "I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kaelessa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Canabras, and I wounded her. Then demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters." He expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, only compassionate sorrow. "I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things turn out differently next time." He purses his lips. "There's no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes from learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared next time we meet." "I have to go. Good fortune to you." Seems he has a quarry and his own business to handle. Alright. So we picked up an item earlier. A book that was Hylor and the Spinner of Nightmares. Book the first of the astonishing exploits and venture of Captain Hylor, published by the Pathfinding Society. And it's a big dramatic. Yeah, it's a big dramatic story. Basically, I'm not going to read this out tonight, but basically, this is Hylor's tale of running into a particular monster, which is why he's here. A tall, athletic man greets you, his hair prematurely gray and shorn close to his head in a military style. He is lean and well-groomed, and a monocle twinkles coldly in his eye. The bold set of his jaw and large but agile frame attests to there is a man who is always ready to be on the move. "Greetings. I am Hylor, venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm the superior officer among the Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I've had to work alone, without support from the Society, but I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me." So, you can ask about him, you can ask about his Spinner of Nightmares, or you can... Yep, I need brave and experienced fighters. Yep, it's 1,500 gold coins per... Yeah, so it would be, I believe, 3,000 if I had... if I was aiming to do... If I was still level 2. So because I'm level 3, it's going to be 4,500. Alright. So, how much do we have now? 78. I'd like to get at least 2. So, let's see. I'll talk to Gimel. Alright. So, yeah, we'll be able to pick up some more. Okay. Actually, let's go to the appropriate place to huck the weapons. More Crusaders out here in the yard. The place has been sanctified to protect the area around from corruption of the abyss. Oh, well, that's a big golem. Commander, look what we got here! Are you too mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Straub Museum? We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw looters dragging it down the street and recaptured it. That shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than a castle. Joran, see that no one lays so much as a finger on this golem or plucks out a single gem. So yeah, they got stuck on guard duty. Because this gold monstrosity is worth way too much money. And survivors outside. Yep, more guards. Excuse me. Okay. Joran Vein. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Conabris. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everyone in Conabris by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know the people who might need my services. A blacksmith's work isn't just at the anvil, you know. Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've got my hands, that means I can work. Do you recognize this sword? We can show... Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. There's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hands, gazing at it like a doting father. Oh, Yaniel. Things have been tough without you. But at least we've still got your sword. That's something. Joran returns the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break. But sometimes, a weapon can persevere. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things. But something like an echo of the deeds done with the weapon, or more like a reflection of the wielder's soul? I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yaniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Ugh, these scabbards all worn. We can't have a fine sword like this being carried around in that tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again and I'll have it ready. No charge. So, he's the blacksmith. So, start chucking all the weapons and goodies at him. All the extra armor sets. Yeah. So that gives us an additional $3,000, so there we go. So that's enough to be able to make 2 characters. So who Who would be showing up? I suppose it would be the adrenaline junkie and her husband. So, the left hand of Rusala Kalten. I need brave and experienced fighters. So, we get to now make a new character. It'd be just seeing if there's any other elven face, because she's an elf. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that works the best. That's the closest we're gonna get. And there's only one job for her. She's a cavalier. Let's see. Beast Rider, Cavalier of the Paw, maybe? Nope. Disciple of the Pike. Yeah. Fearsome Leader. Exhilaration of Charge. Nope. No, it may just be a standard. The only other one I might have considered is Gendarme. Less tactical focus. Yeah. Because instead, Gendarme get bonus feats. Trains to be a mounted terror. Yeah. But loses the tactical benefits. You know what? Yeah, Gendarme. Nope, and she's not half elf, she's a full elf. Let's see. Blightborn. Spell-like abilities. Descriptor. Yeah, Blightborn would be pretty close. Yep. Courtier. Leader. Yep. Longsword rape. Yep. Okay. And yeah. Surprisingly, I was gonna say, 14 would be strength. Yeah. Intelligence. Actually put it in wisdom. Yeah. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, that works. Okay, so for her, let's see, Rusala's already got athletics, so mobility would be great for her. Persuasion. And Knowledge World. Yeah, Perception. No, we already have Rusala for Perception, so Probably trickery. And lore religion. Yeah, for the healing aspect of it, it would make sense. Breadth of experience. Either that or... No, yeah, it would have to be toughness from the onset for her. Order of the aims and increase his own prestige. Cavaliers of this order tend to be selfish and concerned with personal goals and objectives. Lion, pledge himself to a sovereign. Cavaliers of this order seek out and destroy undead. Cavaliers of the Order Star dedicate them to protection and service of faith. Sword, dedicate to the code of chivalry, live in life of honor, value, and fairness. Cavaliers swear service to a lord or a lady. Of all the orders, the Order of the Sword is perhaps the broadest in terms of focus. Let's see, what's the... Issue a challenge, plus morale. Melee damage. Steal glory from another creature. Whenever a creature other than the Cavalier scores a critical hit against the target, the Cavalier is threatening. Okay. No. Yep. Chivalry, a life of honor, valor, and fairness. And companion, a horse, obviously. Then they also get an additional feat. Mounted combat. It is negated for your mobility check. I'm pretty sure mobility is the skill. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, mounted combat. As far as... Actually, she would be something like Green Faith. The Green Faith is a naturalistic philosophy based on the belief that natural forces are worthy of attention and respect. Followers of the Green Faith meditate daily and commune with natural forms of power and show respect to nature in all things. Yep. For her... Yeah, neutral good. Rockwell always is generally a positive person and tries to do the best for the world. Yeah. Nope. She's as thick as an elf can get. A little darker because she's out in the field constantly. Quite serious. Scars. Yeah. Eye color, it's actually more of a green for her. Hairstyle, she keeps it short because she wears helmets, so... Yeah, that's about right, though it's a little darker brunette. Yeah, that looks better. No war paint or tattoos. Clothes color, she'll typically favor like a dark green there, and then the dark blue for the company. Yeah. There we go.
A trivial task.
She tends to be...
I lead, you follow.
Yep. Very aggressive. Rakwa? Adakon? Yeah, we'll leave it as Adakon. Because her whole... Okay, her full name is Rakwa Antiste Adakon Galansi. Antiste is her middle name. Adakon is the name of her is the last name of her husband originally. And Grandsteed is the title from her original family, which she was disowned. So, yeah. So we just shortened it to Arakwa Adekon to keep to the first name last name format of common. She's later in the year, so let's do 21st. 9/21. That seems
Out
about
of
right.
my way!
Yeah, that's about right. So, the next thing we have to do is go and level her up. She's got 2 levels to gain. And yeah. Rockwell would definitely get... Yep. Oh, she's in Scale Mail and Heavy Shield. Okay, that's why. By my honor. So what bonus does she get? For her, it would be a will, and it'd be like a neutral will bonus. So for those curious, by my honor, at second level, a Cavalier must select one alignment. As long as he maintains the selected alignment, he receives a +2 bonus. Okay, so actually what we want to do is good will. So long as she remains a good character, she'll get a +2 will when she uses by my honor. So, and her third level, I could give her... She already has mounted combat. Spirited Charge. You deal double damage with melee weapons. Trample. While riding your mount, if the trample is successful, your mount deals damage to the target, and to the target knocked prone by the trample if it was a natural attack. Yeah, no. Boon Companion's good if you're splitting levels, but nah. In that case... Other thing we could give her is shield. Yeah. Shield focus. As well as armor focus for heavy armors. So she's able to defend herself and be a harder target. So, yeah, and she's currently meant to check. What equipment is she wearing? That's Scale Mail, which is medium armor, so we'll need to move her up to a heavy. But she does have a shield, so we just need to check with that. So we just need to buy back one of our heavy armors. We'll come back for that. Because the other thing then we need to level up is her horse. Because of course her horse comes with her. Oh boy. Rockwell's horse. Let's see. Let's just go down the descriptions. An aggressor. Unlike normal animals of its kind, animal companions' hit dice, ability, skills, and feats advances as the character advances in levels. If the character receives an animal companion from more than one source, their effective levels stack. Most animal companions increase in size when the druid reaches 4th and 7th level, depending on their companion. So, companions with the most vicious nature are often called aggressors. Bigger than other of its kinds, a bully is used to winning fights by displays of dominance for its choice of mates, territory, or other privileges. It's big on tripping or pushing over enemies. Companions with the sturdiest skin, who can endure incredible amounts of suffering, are called bulwarks. Daredevil companions join the fray with graceful leaps or swooping dives, heedless of danger. Whether the result of a partially successful attempt at revival a strange blight, or repeated exposure to undead, death-touched companions or living animals with a trace of the undead, somewhat like Dampiers. Some companions have uncanny speed, providing their masters with swift transport. Like unruly pets, some companions have a tendency to destroy nearby objects while unsupervised, and their masters can channel these destructive impulses into an advantage in battle. If I was to pick anything, it would have to be Bully. Raqa's horse is a bully, yes. So, well, mobility. Yeah, it would have to be mobility and athletics. It's big and it's bulky. You can use strength and agility to send foes crashing to the ground. When you make a trip attack, add your dexterity to your CMB. Yeah. So we can't take armor proficiency yet. We don't have any anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Fury's Fall to basically help them knock it over. Combat reflexes so they can make extra attacks. Yeah, no, I'm going to say Fury's Fall. I'm going to agree with them. When you make a trip attack. Yep. And their name. Shelby. The birth date doesn't really matter too much, but yeah. So, Shelby is now level 1. So now, we'll give the rest of their levels. Okay. And they get evasion. Weapon focus. We'll give them dodge for the extra armor value, so they aren't as easy to hit. Alright. So we now have Raqa and her horse Shelby added to our group. But there is one other person that would follow her. I could imagine Rusala walking in and seeing the pair of them going, "How? Why did you two follow me?" I stuttered earlier and I mentioned him. It would be her husband. Raqa's husband. I'm just trying to think what look would be best for him. I suppose we'll go with the basic. But he's a bit of a different than what your image would expect. Let's see. He's a witch. Special network can move around through the vast network of ley lines across. Harness the latent powers of ley lines without even needing to be one of the points to ley lines powers to access. Witch of the Veil. What does that change? Shrouded Step. Gains the ability to become invisible for another rounds equal to her intelligence. The bonus is a swift action. And Deception and Secrecy. Stealth and Trickery. Yeah, no, that works. Witch of the Veil. A full elf. A lore master, of course. Arcana and used the magic device. He didn't start. No, he started as a arcane scholar. Yep. Of course. highly intelligent. And charismatic. Not especially strong. Yeah, that works. Has enough wisdom and enough dexterity to be able to dodge, but nothing amazing. Knowledge Arcana, of course. Use magic device. His persuasion. Knowledge of the world. And trickery. His spell focus would be conjuration. As far as a pet, athletics, +1 natural armor bonus to AC. Rabbit, rat. Persuasion. Stealth will. Duck. I love that duck is +3 on world. Yeah, let's go with Viper. And as far as Evil Eye, yeah. Target takes a -2. Yeah, that would be his. Or yeah, no, it would be that would be one of the biggest things. He can cause -2 penalty on one of the following Witch's Choice, AC, ability checks, attack rolls, skill checks. This hex lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the Witch's Intelligence modifier. And will save reduces this just to 1 mind. This mind affecting 8th level and penalty increased mind. Yep. So, like we said, conjuration is his big strong point. So, remove sickness, summon monster, mage armor. From there, command, enchantment, and yeah, it would be enchantment and conjuration would be his big points. Strand of the Tangled Knot. What's that? You mimic the Green Mother's legendary Tangled Knot to subtly alter your fate. The next single attack. Oh, wow. Nice new spell. Okay, but yep, we have the spells. And as far as another Green Faith, him and his wife both agree. He would be a lawful neutral. He's in it for himself, but he's also big on making sure that everyone follows the rules. And unlike Raqua, who's a bit thicker, he's on the paler, thin side. What is that face? Oi. Yeah, there we go. No scars. He wouldn't risk himself enough to get scars. More dark red eyes. Hairstyle would be something very... There we go. Very pristine, very taken care of. Yep. Little brighter. No war paint. Tattoo, though, he would... Just seeing. I say it'd be something far more structured. Yeah, that looks good. Color's going to change. Yeah, darker like that. Okay. As far as clothing color, red, not red, it would be more gray. Yeah. Yep, looks good. Kind of nice you can mix tattoos now. I love that addition.
A mere flesh wound.
Reserved.
A solid plan.
Yep. Very more reserved. And this will be Aldebaran. Officially, his last name is Townforge, but for the sake of consistency, Adekon. Yeah, 1114 looks good. Aldebaran, Adekon.
My skills exceed yours.
Indeed. The Witch of the Forest, Aldebaran Townforge. The couple came, Rusala looking at them, blinking as he looks at them. What are you two doing here? Well, it seemed like you were in over your head, so naturally we decided to poke around. Let's see, ear-piercing scream, and snowball, yep. And greater spell focus. Or augment summoning. Each creature you control with summon spell gains +4 bonus to strength and constitution. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And now he has access to second level, so naturally, summon monster 2. And Winter's Grasp. Ice encrusts the ground, radiating in supernatural cold, making it hard for creatures to maintain their balance. The ice ground created is difficult terrain. When the spell is cast every round after that, creatures in the area must make a 6 or fall prone. Creatures in the area take 1d6 cold damage each round and suffer. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, Winter's Grasp. Alright. So, speaking of spells, let's go down the list of everyone who can cast them and get them prepped. In this case, we picked Winter's Grasp because that's going to be useful later on. For now, I think Summon Monster 2. And yeah, some Cure Light Wounds. So we have Aldebaran set, Rockwa can't, Shelby can't, Lan can't, Camellia can, Bull Strength, and honestly just Cure Moderate Wounds and more Light. Mortal Terror. Yeah, that's one of those disable an opponent. Speaking of, Sela can't yet. Okay, so that's everyone who can cast. And let's see. So we have 2 characters. Aldebaran Adakon and Rakwa Adakon. The two couple meeting with him, and I think that'll be good for now. We've been going for quite a bit, and we'll get to adventure some more next time. So thank you all for bearing with me, and I hope you all have enjoyed this bit of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I look forward to sharing more with you folks next time. So, I'll see you soon. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.